Hey, what's up, guys? This is Brian from Whisper Status 74. This is a community video about OLEDs. I am a little behind in my comments. If you guys know me, I do respond to every comment that is aimed at me through the channel. And I came across this one as I'm pretty behind in the last two videos. This one I'm going to read on air, and I want to know if you guys can give me a hand. There are many OLED users in the community. I really am only interested in your personal experience with OLED and how you use them yourselves. Burn-in has always been an issue or a topic of conversation. We've done a million videos on burn-in. This one's more about ABL, which we've talked about many times on the channel as well. But I want to know what your experience is with it. For many of you that are looking to buy OLEDs, burn-in is typically the first thing people talk about. But with this comment, and I want to read this one, is ABL being a concern and a serious distractor for this user. Now, this would be for all OLEDs, whether it's Panasonic, Sony, or LG. Obviously, Vizio OLEDs aren't out yet. I don't know anybody in the community that has a Hisense OLED yet. So we're going to read this comment, and I'd appreciate your feedback with this. Now, more importantly, even if you've had an OLED in the past, an ABL auto brightness limiter, where the screen brightens or dims the image. If you've had this issue in the past and you brought, it's not an issue, it's a function, a safety function. If you've had this in the past where you couldn't deal with it and you brought your display back, I want that feedback. I want detailed, long comments from you guys, because I think it's very helpful for people that are about to buy OLED that maybe don't know about it. Even though it's brought up in nearly every professional review from, say, ratings.com, which you'll see in a lot of their, especially their LG reviews, saying it is a con for ABL or aggressive ABL. You'll hear Vincent talk about that in regards to Sony, Panasonic, and LG. He'll say it briefly, but my question is going to be what your experience is with it, so we can pass that on to the rest of the community, and hopefully 6'4" De Niro will come on to this video, and hopefully you guys can help him out. I'm not super interested in hearing that OLEDs are trash or any displays are trash. That's not the kind of community that we have here. I would just love your honest opinion. Even if you don't like OLED, if you can just address that in a helpful manner, that'll help everybody. And I really appreciate that from the community. So I'm going to read his comment real quick. 6'4" De Niro. I just bought the C9, but the ABL is killing me. While watching any sports or sports video games, the picture gets so dim even with OLED light on 100. I've been doing research on this subject. Would you recommend I disable ASBL from within the service menu? When I search for reviews on Amazon, people say it works, but I'm not sure it's safe. Now, the question for you guys, thank you for your comment, 6'4" De Niro, hopefully, and my buddy Jimmy Two Shoes responded in there. Thank you, Jimmy, for your help. What I'm looking for is, as he said, sports, and sports video games, meaning basically the same color is on screen. If you're playing a hockey game or a football game, it's typically green and it's white. Typically, white will dim. That I've noticed more than any other. When I had the OLED here for over a month, I did not notice ABL in movies. I did not notice it in games, but I admittedly don't play sports video games. I typically play online multiplayer games where things are moving, or I play campaigns, but I don't typically play sport games. So I can't speak with specificity to this issue as I'd like to. Where I noticed it in my own usage was when using a PC. The minute that the Microsoft window would come up, the screen would immediately go from white to gray. I did notice that. I don't mind that, as it's just a Windows screen I wouldn't leave up very often anyway. So for you guys, those of you that have OLEDs or past owners of OLED, was this an issue for you? Did you find that some people are more sensitive to it? Some people don't notice it at all. Like I said, I didn't notice it in the content I was watching. It doesn't mean it's not there. I also typically don't watch much regular TV down here that would have the same image, whether it's a lot of sports. I do watch sports on OLED. I've seen a lot of them. And what he has going on here, I'd like to know if you're experiencing that. Anything LG, anything Sony, it doesn't matter the manufacturer, as they are pretty much the same panel. And I would really appreciate your feedback on this. This is what community is all about. Instead of me just telling you what I know, this channel has always been built on I'm saying something, looking down the comments, some of the best information in this channel or on this channel is from you guys, and I really, really appreciate that. The way you guys jump in and help in any of the questions that I ask shows that we are a group. The channel is not me, the channel is us, and I really, really appreciate that. ABL, something that would keep you from purchasing an OLED. I know we've talked about Black Crush in the comments, we've talked about in the videos, and we've talked about burn-in. ABL we've talked about here and there. I just would love to hear your experiences. It's something that would keep you from purchasing it if you're somebody that's looking at TVs right now, as OLEDs have become pretty affordable. We saw with the C9 was cheaper than the Q90, and some of you are seeing that your dream display is within reach, but I want you to have as much information as possible and as much information from people that actually own those devices and displays right now. So Sony A9G owners, Sony AF8 owners, AF9 owners, C8, B8, go as far back as you like. Tell me if it's an issue or something that bothers you. And if it doesn't bother you, please display that. If you hated it, please display that. If you also have any remedies that you can recommend for my man 6'4 De Niro, I would appreciate that as well. Do you recommend disabling it? Do you guys leave it enabled? Do you up the contrast to change it? Do you change your light, your OLED light? Do you bring it down? Do you lower it? Let me know what you do, and I would really appreciate all the help. I really do appreciate you guys. I am behind on my comments. I am also behind on many of the Vizio Quantum XP series videos as I do vary the content. But when questions come up, they actually trump what I had planned. So this is a guy that needs some help. He's not happy with his display, and that is always going to be my first priority. Thank you as always, guys, for the help. Please let me know what you think in the comments. Is OLED something you are looking at? And is this a concern for you? OLED owners, this is your chance to just tell me what you think. Please let me know. I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.